What do you think the most important muscle is for getting the aesthetic physique? The chest, the biceps, triceps, your lats, your abs, your legs? And in fact, while all of these are obviously important in having an overall aesthetic physique, the most important muscle is in fact your shoulders. Why is this the case? Well, the aesthetic male physique obviously consists of the V-taper look, which is essentially where you've got a narrower waist and a wider upper body. This is the aesthetic male physique. And obviously to achieve this, shoulders are incredibly important as they are what gives you that broad upper body look. Well, yes, muscles like your lats and your upper chest and biceps are also extremely important in achieving this V-taper look. The priority should be on these shoulders. Now, your shoulders, if you don't know, are made up of three muscles, three heads. You've got obviously the front, middle and back. Obviously, these got scientific names. You've got your anterior, medial and posterior. Now, each one of these muscles individually needs around 12 to 15 sets per week. These sets obviously making sure they're going to failure. Now specifically, we'll start off with the front delt, the anterior delt. This can be trained through exercises such as shoulder press does it, but my favourite that I like to use is front raises. Essentially, you just put one of them wraps that go around your wrist, or you can just hold like a D handle. You just raise it up in front of you, because sus movement. We won't go there. Obviously, make sure you do it evenly, so you're doing it with that. Careful. Also, make sure you're doing it with both arms. Just don't get caught overdue in the gym, because they'll probably start attacking you if you do it too much. Do around 6 sets of this a week, so obviously 3 sets in one session, 3 sets in another. Pair this up with a shoulder press, 3 sets in one session, 3 sets in another, and that'll be enough sets, enough volume to cover your front delt. Obviously make sure each individual one of these sets you're going to failure on, and you're progressively overloading each week, so you're adding more weight and more reps in the previous session. That's how we grow muscle. Mid delt, your medial delt, is trained primarily through lateral raises, as well as it is targeted a small amount during shoulder press. With lat raises, obviously again, we want to be getting around 12 to 15 sets per week. Lat raises are very commonly done wrong. These are it's very easy to ego lift on lat raises, as you can't actually lift a lot of weight, so it sort of hurts your ego a bit. You think, well, I'm not as weak as this, so you try to lift more. Your form goes out the window, and then you don't build as much muscle. Your body doesn't want to move during lat raises. You don't want to move your body at all. You want to be stationary while your arms are going like this. You see a lot of people in the gym, they sort of go like this. They're using momentum to get the weight up, which obviously doesn't actually mean the medial delt is doing a lot of the work. That's obviously your knees, your legs pushing you up and swinging your arms out. So make sure your body's stationary still while your arms are doing all the work. And that will actually help you build these side delts up. Your rear delts, obviously you're only trained through rear delt flies, which is just movement with the start arm in front of you and you're pulling the weight outwards. Again, 12 to 15 sets per week. That's the key thing here, around 12 to 15 sets for each individual muscle group. These sets to failure, progressive overload, and you should start to see your shoulders growing, giving you that nice wide upper body physique and a sort of narrower waist, which obviously you get that through being in a calorie deficit and losing fat. This video we're going to focus on the shoulders. The key thing to pair with the shoulders is obviously your upper chest, so make sure you're doing upper chest movements, and your traps, which I technically count as part of your shoulders really. Make sure you're training them 12 to 15 sets per week. You can also train your neck to give you that good overall muscular look in this area. But be very careful when training your neck, because you don't want to overtrain it or injure it, because that will lead to a really bad quality of life. So just be careful with that one. I'll make a video specifically on training neck in a few days' time, just so you guys can see how you do that properly and safely. And that's it. Make sure to like and subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.